Bzz, bzz, boom, boom, bzz, getting fried, stray style. Why did you guys get sprayed like bugs? This is the data from very early this morning, around midnight my time, through about 2:30 a.m., something like that. These clouds come over this clear, beautiful sky where you can see the green of the forest, and then it's totally hazed out, totally plasmoid, totally fucked. I've been trying to go live now for about an hour. It's been very difficult, and the software's just not been connecting. This is me checking to see if it's working, and it looks like it finally is. Thank gosh. It's been very, very frustrating. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys sending me up stuff in Messenger, pictures of clouds, but I would also appreciate if you'd stop. Right, I even had the phone ring a moment ago when I was doing this live, and I wasn't aware that I wasn't live. But I appreciate if you would check to see not only what time of day it is or if I'm receiving phone calls at the time. Yeah, I appreciate that from everybody. I will give you the same respect. So, Ray, I'm not going to do as long a show as I just did that you didn't get to see. I'm just going to show you what's going to go on. I'm just looking at this pulse wave that's going to be holding stuff off the Poon area here. This has come from our ship that's out at sea right here. Take my word on it. A lot of chem been deployed here that's going to add to some terrible, terrible totals to be expected. And so I'm going to go through that now. Right. This is not going to be a fun situation to have to report upon. This is some of your accumulated wins that you're going to expect to see over the next. I'm going to give you a week. So some of the pockets of travel that you're going to experience through these areas here are going to be deadly. You're going to want to keep track of local information. Yes, I don't mean like super text message you for a half-inch bubble of fart coming out of a tub or something. They might as well do that. Yeah, somebody did a cannonball in a pool. Oh, tsunami. My gosh. Do you people like to be scared? Nah. So what's your travel, Canberra, and that? Some of your safest routes going to be to snake your way towards the coast, but then move on up. But you're going to be experiencing some very heavy winds and rains as we go through the weekend and in through Monday. Okay, so I'm going to go through that now. But the best news is the surf's up part of this from about where my hand is here all the way up through here as we go through the weekend is going to have epic, epic swells. You know, some of these places here, as we go in through the afternoon hours of one of the days this weekend, is going to have like 8 meters of waves out there. And that's including the swells. And then add the tide tables on that, and you got a recipe for fun. Yep, so we're going to go over that part. So right now I'm just going to do the rain and thunder and all the rumbles and let you see that. And I want to show you the chem and what everybody's been sending me a messenger. I'm well aware of your Fry Guy skies. Yeah, looking like fish meat, right? Fish meat skies. Yeah, you seeing all that kind of shit. Yep. Well, Koffs is going to have some fantastic surf. Absolute. Pick the kind of wave you always wanted to ride, and you'll get to do it over the next 5 days on this coastline here. And well, if you haven't flown out yet, you probably have enough time to get here. Start in Sydney. Yeah, you'll be able to hit the pipeline, then move north. Yeah, you'll get to do the wedge, move a bit north, Bearsley Beach. Yeah, absolutely is going to be running, Kate. I just seen your name go by. Yeah, Paw Paw's Beach going to be running out there. Oh, gosh, I would give anything to just go out to Tweeds, sit up on the hill, decide which side to look at. Yeah, Kara's going to be running. Yeah, Burley's going to be hitting hard. Goldie's going to be hitting. Surfer's going to be hitting. It's one of those ones. As you get a bit more toward Caloundra, you'll be yawning a bit. Here, hint, hint. And then you're going to get on a plane and fly out to Fiji or Vanuatu. I'll have told you which by then, and then, well, you're going to need your whole crew to get out to some of these waves. I like giving surf reports because I love watching it. But don't be out there numbnutting somebody that knows what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, why don't you watch and learn? Otherwise, you might have some of Karma Sutras coming. Ooh, and she's just going to turn and burn for a few days out there. That's going to be some great swells. Absolutely great swells, especially right along here. Byron itself, Pick a Bay side. And what do you want? You want the tame north? The southern bay is going to really fucking be hammering that lighthouse. Yeah, but all the EMS says that the Crufts Newcastle corridor, they're really, really going to have the highest winds and highest surf. How'd you like to hit a, how'd you like to have 9 meters of waves coming at you? Golly, I like 30 feet of water. Ah, nah, I'll pass. I like to watch stuff like that. I can't believe you guys panicking over a fucking 1.5 meter, possibly biggest wave thing. Nah, they want you to panic so you'll keep funding those text messages that a company called D4H out of Ireland sells software that is running that in all the countries that happen to be involved in yesterday's yawning text messages. Did anybody out in the desert over here get a text message about a tsunami, absolutely thinking it was going to make it that far? They freaked Hawaii out. Yeah, they lit it up all red. Come on, Trumpty Dumpty. Panic people much? Or you're looking for a distraction from that Epstein list you're sitting on? Turned it all brown so we can hardly read it. Talk about it. An asshat. That should be a punishment. Is Fauci should have to wear one of Trump's diapers as a mask the rest of his life on his way to the gallows. Yeah, the law hadn't even formed. That's the second one, by the way. Yeah, the conditions are perfect right now for an actual full-fledged cyclone to form at any time off your coast. They could chem bomb this into existence at any point. All they got to do is drop the bomb, swell the streams, kill the drains, you know, that kind of a thing. How dare they? This looks like the parking point. I've seen it many times. But when they're going to move it this direction, it's already set up out there today. They've used the laser, popped that area, and then keeping it perturbed. You even see the shape of the laser mirror here. See the edges? Yeah, it's laser beam. Star Wars Defense Initiative compliments of Ronald Reagan's weather machine. The weather machine in Newcastle. I got that marked, and that's probably why they took my video down. There's another interesting perturbed spot right here. Is there a ship here, perhaps? All these lies pointing at your ass from all these different directions. Oh, I could get out Mr. Squiggles. I probably should. I marked this corridor for you of flow. So I'll do that. This is, no, that'd be the wrong one to have. You want this one. The 31st, where you can see the 30 sky. This is why I say you're going to get the flows back around in that one area later on. Because of the way they've trapped the moisture here in these beams. Here's the steps. I'll do this in red. It's a big scalar block right there. So the flow is blocked here. It comes in and around here. That's a square block. The frowning face looking cloud. Sprayed marshmallow man. Mr. Stay Puff. Mr. Haverpuff. Puff the magic drag ass. Shit on this. There's another step move right here. EMF. So they can push impetus this direction on it from flow, and that'll hold that line to that side of the mountains, because your mountains don't look like steps, do they? But they can simulate a mountain range with waveforms by causing solidity in the viscous mixes that chemtrails are. You know, they say it's ice crystals. I say, yeah, but ice crystals of what? What kind of ice? I could freeze a turd, throw it at you, say, well, it's just ice crystal. See the scalar square here, putting the heated outflow out to sea? Yeah, it's going to have a difficult time not forming right here. This is exactly where the low is going to form, right there. It has to. All the dynamics. The only spot a low can spin. Everything else for its flow is all set up to come in that direction. So the flow will come in like this. Yeah, we could clean up the bar a bit. And the 3D BB, I've been waiting on that for years. See, the flow line's already set up. That's already set up. Big scalar square down low will separate that low. Yeah, it has to form there. There's nowhere else that can happen. And that'll pull everything in that direction. Boy, are you guys going to get some gales out there. The gale's going to be blowing. Oh. So let's see how gale's going to blow. You want to see it? I'm going to let this run a little bit more. And I'm going to have to switch from Access now because I'm not happy with its analysis from here. And I'm going to go to Icon because that's where the lines are matching up with what I'm seeing out in the ocean. So after it forms, yeah. I'm very scientific about this. You know, my full retard has its limits. And I found out one thing about the shadow banning is during their last update that they did on Facebook, almost all your friends got snoozed, so you're not following them anymore. So check out all your people and see if it's how you want it. There's that backside slide. Secondary low to feed that. It won't turn into a full-fledged there, but that's really going to pin some moisture over Kescock using the gap in Penrith for flow differential to feed the backside of it and allow that to more freely move in. But the EMF lines that were pinched in the squares that I marked out are clearly showing in this weather plan. And then on Sunday it says, okay, we worried them enough. Let's get out of here. Yep. And this is where I say get out to these islands, because when this little island gets hit with the waves here coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah, epic. That's where you see those ones, those epic pictures of really, really big waves, of beautiful color water. You can't get no more pretty color water than you're going to get off the coast of Australia. Down Burley. Kara, oh my gosh, they got some beautiful seas there. People ask me, why do I care about Australia? And I ask them, are you blind? Have you ever been out the wind? You looked outside? I care about some of you people more than others, right? I could care more about some people. I could care less. It's a bit of lightning, thunder, and wintry mix. A little thunder, snow for you there coming on Tuesday afternoon for Tassie. You'll be aware of, won't you? I wasn't going to take the forecast this far in. Right back over here to Saturday. Okay, wind. Let's see what the winds are going to be like, because Mongo had the beads. Yeah, here we go. Storm Mongo. Yep. Don't breathe too deep and watch your lighters. Yeah, this is fucking off now, New Zealand. You can breathe a little bit now. Well, other than the quality of the air, of course, being filled with contaminated spirits of some kind. Da-da-da-da-da. Come on, get to the wind, get to the wind. Here we go. Starting to blow out west a bit. Starting to blow. Uh-oh, here comes Huff and Puff. Here comes HR. HR's coming. Whammo. Have it, Newcastle. Right in the goalie's Tyree. Like I said the other day. The EMF that's spelled out in the worldview images said it all. You'll learn to read that, or you'll learn to trust yourself. Oh, nice step moves there's on the winds. So we'll be looking for that move. Oh, this is full-fledged time. What a gale this is. I don't know. Maybe you'll change your Pussify cyclone scale to make this a cyclone this time. I don't know. I'd have to double check. Let me double check. Australia's cyclone scale. Okay, we got to go with what yours is. How many knots? This is going to be just shy of what you call a Category 1 cyclone. Just shy. But not with the rest of the world. The Saffir-Simpson scale or the Oz-Pussy cyclone scale. You and Tonga use a different scale. Okay, so this is a very possible to be, but once it's in international waters, it won't be yours to call that anymore. Yeah. Oh, you can't make it worse than it is. Oh, man, flu storm. That's a belter of a fucking gale. That's we would call that a bit of a force 8 gale. If it was blowing off the coast of Cape Cod, I'd call that a gale. The boys of the Western Sea. Boys, the surf gonna be fantastic. You want to see it? Yeah, the wind's gonna be big coastal erosion. But as far as the fun goes, because Gus gotta have some fun. Wear your shower shoes. Yeah, really, don't forget to put your shower shoes on. Watch this. This is unbelievable surf along this coastline here. Look at this. That's Cape Byron. This isn't the swells either. This is just your waves coming in and belting all up the coast, the whole coast. Look at this, is surfer's paradise up here. Fucking hell. You got it going on. There'll be lots of whale action too, because a lot of bait fish blowing up on. As I said, you can go up the whole coast, pick a swell, pick an area, It's all running. Look at this shit here down here in Newcastle. Oh, but you already had it. You had it on this day. Yeah, it's just like one of them ones. I can't wait to see the films. Yeah, there'll be lots of waxing on the board, that's for sure. But before you wax on, you gotta wax off. Daniel, wax up. Wow, this is going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Yep, yep. Up the coast it goes. Up the coast it goes. Yeah. So who's the first one to get the biggest, bestest, blastest? Right, Seal rocks through Foster, and then this will really be going after you get bored with that one wave in Sydney. You can work your way up the coast. Yeah, Beardy's Beach over here is going to be copping it big. Ooh, look at and the swells are going to be varying. They were looking 3.5 and up, and the wind's going to be kicking them up as well. And if you have a tsunami, you can add another half an inch to it. An tsunami. Yeah, what's up with that anyhow? Somebody got well paid. When was that contract decided? I'm looking for your swells. The swells that we will add those on top. And so add some 4-meter swells on top of that. And you got 30 fucking feet of water coming at you. We got talking big pipes. Big pipes. And that's just from the people watching on the shore. Fucking hell. Yeah, this is going to be one of those, again, fantastic surfing events. And it's going to last days. So don't wear yourself out the first day. Yep. Are they going to shoot a beam out there in the water? What the hell's up with that? Yeah, so notice, and this is your swells on the day. It wasn't accumulated waves or anything. So I love to show you when the fun's going to happen. So that's your weather forecast as far as that goes. And you've seen the cam that was going over you, right? Look at the fryer that was on here. Look at the curve to this out at sea here that shows up in the plasma. That's a secondary waveform from a ship at sea. Slowing this mass down. It's also shooting one up in that direction there. Okay, so you have ship right about there, beaming 2 directions. Of course, pin and flow south. Looks like fucking, look at all the camera it took to do this. There's miles and miles and miles of shit going over you. Bzzz, fried. Fry, the fry guys in the skies. They ain't disguising the frying of your skies. That's for sure. If your sky looked like this today in them pictures you sent me, well, this causing a very chaotic molecules in the sky during their over the Crow House, Toowoomba, Grafton. Mighty square edges to some of these things here in nature. Are we seeing human nature or Mother Nature? Look at Tamworth radar. Everything's pointing at you here, pulsing out with a V wedge like this, right at the station right where I'm pointing. I see you, and I know what you did. So you pulsed that direction. They're exceedingly guilty. Bzzz, bzzz. I bet your ears were ringing from all that, or your skin all itchy, crawly, kids all acting super duper rambunctious. You having any misfiring nerves, eye twitches, or anything like that? Sudden releasing of your bowels, perhaps from the thought of everything in the sky. Almost look like Chewbacca. Oh, wait a minute, it's a Hulk Hogan cloud. Yeah, brother, breathe deep, brother. If we would just treat Mother Earth like we were its children instead of disrespectful children. I'm looking at the waveform here. There's square wave, square wave, square wave, square wave, overlap there. That caused a flow line. You got a radar out here. Over in a protected area, but protected, who protects it from the protectors? You know? You expect the protectors to tell you if the protectors aren't protecting you? Do you think your squares in your blown out areas are normal around a lake that should have a blown out area shaped like its coastline? Are you being a knob? Oh, it's a post office and a coach stop. I hope they have good like lemon slices like you can get at Numbum Cafe out there, Stoker's Side. And look at the frying going on here. Fucking hell, is that bad? I ain't kidding, man. We don't do something about this, we're going to wake up dead. I'll look at this whole world. It was our last family picture we all took, and this is all of us. Where is there a single spot on this planet that isn't covered by chem? Nowhere. Where's a dot of blue? Here's a dot of blue here. Can I see anything? Chem bombs. Zooming in on chem bombs. That was one of the only blue spots I could see. Here we got to go all the way to Greenland to find a clear spot. Oh, but I go over here, I see the Fry guys have been busy and the bombastic bastards up there, chem bombardiering a bunch of fucking goddamn, getting angry. And then nowhere safe of this. There's nowhere that ain't been sprayed, that ain't been fried, that ain't been contaminated. Contaminated. People want to watch movies about Guardian of the Galaxy, don't know how to be the guardian of their own backyard. I'm trying hard not to start swearing as I'm watching the manipulated geostores bearing down on another nation. Sure, it's always square eyes to Category 3 storms. Well, there is now when you got geostorm with another square and another square and another square in its circulation. Oh, they're brewing another one here. See, they drew the pentagram with the circle around it, doing their dark magic already. If you don't think dark magic's being done, that there's not evil being done, don't you ever quote the book of Revelations to me. And if you can't recognize a genocide when it's right before your eyes, I don't know if you ever will recognize a genocide right before your eyes. Everybody's getting it. Here I'm looking to see if we see any more explosions on the West Bank, because I sure don't see any in the Ukraine. Yeah, all these bombs and war over there sure don't put no puffs of smoke up. I'm having a little chemtrail tour. You see if I could find anywhere in the world at any time during this week not have chemtrails. That's all I want to see is a chemtrailless sky. It's my fondest wish. But sadly, all I see is dirty dishes with new food being put on them and told, eat it anyhow. Here. I ain't kidding, man. I'm so sad about this chemtrail program. I told you it's worse than vaccines because this is coming down your street now. You're breathing this now. You know, people say, oh, we could go down Ecuador, we'll go Guatemala, we'll go El Salvador, we'll go Costa Rica. Your air is reeking in Costa Rica. They sprayed you, Costa Rica. Color that cloud ain't brilliant, beautiful white. You look like a half alien head or a broken heart. You decide. I decided that I can't remain silent while I'm watching them do this to my world. Again, out here in the Caribbean Sea, the pirates have been busy. Nice and clear over Epstein Island, new. All clear for Epstein Island. Well, you got a president of the United States capable of protecting his body and not releasing a list he promised to and telling us it's not a big deal that he hasn't. Well, I say that's enough. Hashtag exposed the 28. Hashtag save the Brumbies. Hashtag save my mother from these greedy bastards who seem to unite nations of control and money and aim it into their pockets when they blame us for climate change, when all I see is chem, control, bombs, and disaster. And look at the fires in Africa's burning. Oh, son of a bitch. I'll see if this loads. I don't know if it will. Man. Not again. Now, I see the smoke. Look at all the fires. I know some of these might be campfires. Africa's burning right now. My God, that's a lot of fires. I don't know if it's going to zoom in any further. It's hard to do with all the things on. That's it. She's locked up almost. Most of these are all fires. Are we seeing dodgy distances here? I'd say so. That trapezoid repeating itself there, 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 right? That angle, if dangle, has burned twice, 3 times, 4 times. Yep. Think we're not going to notice your plans? You know, roll the dice, man. Take your chance. Tumbling dice with planet Earth. They're gambling with the lives of everything. Everything here. Like they don't care. They don't care about trees if they can make new ones. They don't care about an animal if they can clone a new one. They don't care about you if they could breed one in a tank. And we're going to be carrying around air in a tank soon if we're not careful. As I'm zooming in again at some of these dodgy distance fires out here in Canada, I said, my God, what is the animal in the middle of this? How does it get out? How does it get out? It doesn't. It burns to death. It burns to death. It dies. Repeated. This angle, this trapezoid. It's impossible for Mother Nature can do this. Only motherfuckers do this, and these motherfuckers are doing shit. Who is they? Our oppressors. Don't ask stupid questions. Who is they? Not you. It's a big club, said George Carlin, and we're not in it. It's time for us to take them and beat them with their own club. That is fucking all. Period. I've spoken.